Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of our podcast. Today, we're going to be answering one of the most heavily debated philosophical topics: should a leader be feared or loved? So, my name is Anthony.
My name is Christian.
My name is Brianna.
And my name is Jacob.
All right, so we're going to be answering a few questions related to the topic, and we're going to be debating like a debate style type of conversation on how, on our own perspective on whether we think a leader should prioritize being loved or feared. So the first question: Do you think fear or love is more effective for a leader, and why?
So I'll go first then. So I believe that love is more effective for a leader because you show love and compassion to the people that you are that are under you. It's like they have more like allegiance or like loyalty towards you.
Okay.
I would say for a leader, I would choose to be more feared instead of loved because you need to have like that type of, you need to like scare people into like listening to what you say. And yeah.
I think that fear is a better motivator because I feel as if love is a bit too emotional driven and it's a bit too conditional, and you have to constantly maintain control. And with fear, it's kind of just like the fact that there's some sort of consequence for certain actions. Just that alone helps keep people in line. And love is a bit more like you have to constantly keep on validating the people's wants and needs in order for them to love you, I guess.
And I don't think you have to do all that. I mean, you could still have consequences while still being loved. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I feel like if you're loved as a ruler, it makes people want to be more loyal. Because if you're feared, like, people are gonna, like, want to do stuff behind your back or, like, be more prone to, like, sneaking around and stuff.
But also, how do you know that people won't take advantage of you if you're loved as well?
And that's true. I don't know.
I think fear,
Oh, sorry.
fear is like, I'd say it's like more reliable. Like if you think of it, like our government, people are scared to like they get punishments. Like you use punishments as a way to like put fear into people. So like for our government, we use like jail, or I mean they used to use like death penalties, but you know it's jail. And like compared to like places where it's like a lot of love in it, like it's just way more reliable. Because with love, you have to like it's something you can control, but you have to keep like giving into it rather than fear. Like it's just you just don't want to like face the consequences compared to like love. You just have to keep giving into it.
Anything else? Alright, so next question. Can fear ever backfire for a leader or love? Can fear or love ever backfire, and how?
Love could backfire because, like, you're gonna view as a pushover, basically.
Mm-hmm. And you want to say something? All right. So for fear, I think it's very important to acknowledge that fear could potentially like lead to people abusing their power, and it is really dependent on the person who is in power to decide whether they use like the consequences that they are enforcing fair and justly, and not just abusing it towards specific types of people, and that they are doing it based on the behavioral system and not based on whether that person's religious or whether that person's black or white, and that's not like amplifying certain parts of that punishment. So it's definitely dependent on who's in power. So it could definitely become tyrannical depending on that person. That's like the one flaw that I would say that fear has.
For love, could be that since you give so much to people, people will always expect more.
Mm-hmm.
Like for one thing, maybe like give them, but on like for, and like if you're like a prince and you give someone like you give some gold, the next time they come back they're gonna ask for more and more and more and more. But there's gonna be a time where you have to tell them no, because you might not have enough money to give to everyone else. But then they'll turn their back on you because like, oh, why didn't you give me that? Because you've been doing it all along, and that just they turn against you, and like now they're instead of being your companion, they're your enemy. So.
All right. Yeah. So I agree with that. That's kind of goes without how like love can be a very conditional thing that you have to constantly work to keep. All right.
I
So
would say,
oh.
like, I'm gonna just add, like when I think of like love or fear backfiring, I don't see fear backfiring. Besides, let's say them not being scared when you're trying to control like your people.
If you give people, if there's too much fear, then
If there's too much fear, it could backfire.
yes, they can like people you said that people will be like scheming behind you.
Oh
'cause
yeah, like turn against you.
Because they know if you do something wrong, you'll punish them, and because they don't want to be punished, they'll like be secretive and not do anything. And it also could be that if you make too many punishment, people will just like leave if they want to, and like you don't have any.
I would
any
feel
more
like
lives.
love is like way easier to like backfire than fear though.
I guess.
Cause love is something like it has to like in a way be like split evenly. Cause people are gonna always like feel some type of way wrong. But like with fear, it's just like I guess like with punishments and stuff, like it's set. Like it's just set. Like people know the consequences, and it's just harder to, in a way. It's harder to like just betray fear compared to love, because love is just like, I don't know. Love is just easier to betray.
Okay. So we're gonna ask one last quick question, I guess. So based on your own. Okay. Please disregard that. So based on your own personal experience, would you say that for you personally, love or fear has been more effective in making you listen to the people? Yeah, listening to people. Love?
Yes. 'Cause, like,
Wait, can you say that again?
Oh, I said, based on your own personal experience, have you felt that love or fear has made you is better at motivating you to listen?
I say both.
Like in the overall situation, if you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one, fear or love,
Fear, I guess, because my parents.
fear.
If you're talking to your parents, they're gonna tell you, they're gonna scream or like yell at you for something, and you're not gonna do that again.
Yeah, I would
For
definitely say
teachers,
fear.
I would do love. So it's like kind of different. For parents, is fear. Teachers, love.
Alright. For me, I would say overall, for me, probably fear as well. I think it's just a lot more motivating. You're a lot more motivated to want to not do something or to do something if you know that there's going to be some sort of consequence behind it. So something as simple as like, oh, you lose your phone for like a week or two. I mean, I can't, like, it's at this point, I think everybody's like so addicted to technology to the point where, like, if I was to lose my phone for like 2 weeks, I would probably go crazy. So like them like asking me nicely though, please don't do this, versus like if you don't do this, you're going to lose your phone for 2 weeks. I'd be more motivated to do that. Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna say fear, because for fear you're scared to betray, especially like with my parents. Like if I did something wrong, they'd take my stuff, compared to them just always loving me.
Alright, anything else?
I'm still gonna say love because, like, from my parents, I don't know, like, I grew up scared of them, and it made me, like,
Resentful?
yeah, and it makes me, like, want to leave for them and stuff, but, like, if I love them, oh, I'm not saying I don't love my parents, well, that's not wrong, but if I got more affection, then it would make me, like, have more respect for them, and do what they say, rather than, like, just get a
That's not something I relate to myself. I kind of relate to the idea that, like, when your parents like punish you harshly for things, and they do that all the time, and they enforce that system of, like, obedience through fear, and that has to be like the way things are. Where the only way that things can get done is if they're making you fearful that they're going to. Well, I guess in my experience, I mean, I have Haitian parents. I mean, so you know, beating with the belt was definitely that was a normal thing. That was a normal
I
thing.
know it's normal for West African parents to do that's normal.
Yep, beating with the belt and all that stuff, that was pretty standard in my household. So I definitely grew pretty resentful because of those. That was just like a very normal thing for me. So as we got older, and it'll actually allow me to build a better relationship with my parents as they stopped doing punishments like that, and they moved more towards like, oh, I'm gonna take away the vice if you do. I don't think I punish like at all now, but like if I were, it would be something like that as opposed to like beating a 17-year-old with a belt because you know obvious reasons. So it's helped me to build a better relationship. So I guess there's definitely, even though I feel like fear makes me want to listen more, in terms of like emotional connection, I think that love is definitely a better option.
Have you ever seen those videos like soft parenting versus like
No.
like what's it called? What's the name for it?
The gentle period?
Gentle parenting versus
Military parents, maybe?
like strict parents, I guess. Like I would say having more stricter parents where you're feared is way better. Like even though I don't want to admit it, like I wish my parents were like more, like, you know. But I would say having stricter parents, like it gets you like focused onto like what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And with them being strict, it gets you more like feared into not it fears you into breaking the rules compared to like gentle parenting. Like you don't have any consequences to like.
Maybe like it makes you want to sneak around more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to gentle parents.
Yeah. So I think it's definitely very important to understand that they both have their strengths and flaws. And it also is very dependent on the person who is in the situation of being feared or loved, or you know. So that can definitely like change how people react to the situation and its effectiveness. Because some people, when like if your parents tell you that like if you do this, this is gonna happen. Some people, the first thing that they think is, okay, I'm definitely not gonna do that. And then other people is like, okay, how can I do that without getting caught?
Yeah.
So for some people, that's like the first thought that comes to their mind. So it's definitely very important to understand like which type of person you're dealing with before, I guess, fully saying which one's better. So I think, yeah, they both have their strengths and weaknesses for sure. Any other? All right, before we close out, I want to ask you guys a question.